Hi, my name is David Kedron, and I work at DDM, located in downtown Grand Rapids. What does a web developer do? Well, a web developer works on websites, and basically, I am involved everywhere from the initial estimation of a website through the development, the coding, and implementation of requirements on the website, and then maintaining the website after it's launched with bug fixes and new features that are needed. So I've been with DDM for 2 years, and I've been professionally programming for 9 years. DDM is a marketing agency, and so that means that we help other companies with their marketing needs on a contractual basis. So DDM is a full-featured marketing agency, and so that means they'll cover everything from billboards, brochures, custom graphics, websites, and email campaigns. As a web developer at DDM, I work on a team that mostly consists of another developer, a project manager, and a technical lead who is also my boss. If you are interested in web technology, there's a number of areas of focus like app development, front-end design, back-end architecture, user interface, user experience, quality assurance and testing. There's a wide variety of specializations. My title at DDM is back-end developer, and so that means I'll focus on coding that needs to happen on the server, figuring out how data is organized and stored in the database, and my overall goal is to make sure the functional requirements of the project are implemented. I work closely with a front-end designer or developer, which at DDM, they set up the design and styling of the website. They also have the final say on what the user experience will be like. So what do I like about my job and working at DDM? Well, DDM is a relaxed and formal culture. The dress code for developers is especially relaxed. I'm usually wearing like jeans and a hoodie. You usually only need to dress business casual in some cases, usually when you're meeting with a client, but it's pretty rare. In my role, I need to be very self-sufficient in getting my job done by myself without any guidance. My boss isn't there to tell me what to do or how to do it. I will meet with him every once in a while for feedback on how I'm doing, ways I can improve or do my job better. But usually my boss at my job is more about having a chain of command so I can bring up questions and concerns. So every day my team has a 10-minute meeting. In the morning, we call it the stand-up meeting. And it's where we discuss what we worked on yesterday, what we plan to work on for that day, and then if we're blocked on anything. My experience is that I am usually on one active project at a time while I'm maintaining support for a handful of other projects. It's up to me to decide what I'm going to work on. I need to communicate with my project manager, though, on what I can get done or when I can get things done. And then if I have any questions or need input from the client, they'll reach out to them. So for me personally, I feel this is a great mix of team and individual work. I like being in a team brainstorming and planning solutions, but I also get long stretches of time where I can just sit on the computer and code, and I just get to focus on that. The great thing about this field is that you can really learn it on your own. There are a ton of written guides, YouTube tutorials, walkthroughs that cover web development. So to start off, there are 3 basic languages that every website is built out of, which is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Once you get the basics of those down, you can learn something like supporting technologies like databases, a server-side language like PHP, Python, or Ruby. The cool thing is you don't need a powerful computer either. Even a moderate laptop will let you run a local development environment. And there's also lots of free online code editors that give you an easy-to-use dev environment that's based in the cloud. So Code Sandbox is one that I use a lot. It's great because if I want to try out some code separately from the project that I'm working on, I can boot up Code Sandbox, just load in what I need to use, and then just start doing basically run test code in the sandbox first, actually get what I want very quickly, then actually bring what I just wrote in the sandbox back into my main project. So about college and education. So larger companies will require a bachelor's degree. Sometimes equivalent work experience can be in place of that. Most developers I talk to, they don't really care about college degrees. They just want you to be able to code. But HR in a lot of companies want to see that degree on your resume. So basically, it's a way for them to just filter out applicants. And also, a degree could help you in the long term if you want to get into management. With that said, web development is a great career you can get into without a degree. What would I look for in hiring someone? Well, a friendly attitude, good communication skills, curiosity and wanting to learn, and a strong technical ability. There's an old stereotype of the antisocial, very smart programmer who just works in a dim lit basement and can't talk to anyone. I still hear this mentioned every once in a while, but the truth is, being approachable and friendly, having that curiosity, wanting to get in there and learn and ask questions, just these skills will multiply whatever your technical ability is, making you a more valuable person in the workplace. I wasn't born as a good communicator. It's something I've had to work on to improve over time as an introvert. So when I was in college, for example, I worked at a retail job where I had to assist customers and answer the phone. And just doing that helped break me out of my shell and interacting with customers, helping them find what they need, and then being just exposed to new situations that were relatively unexpected. When I was in after college, I worked at a business consulting company, and there I got to see how leadership consultants worked with clients, their great communication skills, and I tried to mimic from them. After that, I watched a lot of YouTube videos on salesmanship, entrepreneurship, getting out there and just how do you communicate and how do you sell your idea. An example for me is that in one of my meetings with a client in which my boss, the technical lead, was sitting in, I was explaining some potential feature work that we could do for them. And after that meeting, my boss came to me and said, "Well, Dave, I should put you in charge of sales." And it was obviously a joke, but it was a very nice compliment to show that, hey, even you can be a strong developer and still have that friendly, being able to sell attitude. So it just makes you more valuable in the workplace. So everything that you're doing here is going to be a work in progress. You just never stop learning. Right now, you're in a great spot in life to try to figure out what path you're going to head towards. And so just wanted to say thank you for considering web development, and thank you to Junior Achievement for this opportunity.